Hello everyone, my name is Lovezen Donacet. Today I will be present my DIY API project for CN 4930. The title of my project is GitHub Repository Trend Analyzer. About my project, the goal is build Spring Boot application that connect to the GitHub REST API. We try repository information stored in MySQL database and analyze repository trend using SQL query. The application collect repository names, program language, and all activities inside this project, and Spring Boot, Maven, MySQL, Postman, and Star Fox, open issues, and update date. Language and tools I used is Java, Spring Boot, Maven, MySQL, Postman, Spring Data JPA, and the GitHub and REST API. And for project architecture for workflows, and my application sent a request to the GitHub API. Spring Boot received the JSON response map and to Java object. You can see the flow. That's how it's working. And then GitHub those connects together. And then to connect it with the database to do the connections. And then after the connection, and then when the Postman send everything, and then we create the SQL analysis, and then that's the project result. For implementation, and I create the Spring Boot project connected to the GitHub API, mapping the JSON and respond the store data MySQL. That's save my backend, and then the for Postman is tested, and then query data using SQL. And for finding in result, MySQL analyze, identify repositories with the master fox, this one, and language, and recently update. For technical challenge, I first challenge with JSON mapping, Spring Boot configurations, and saving data into MySQL. After debugging, the application work successful. For the success, I build a work Spring Boot application that we travel store and analyze GitHub repository data, solving technical issues, help me better understand Spring Boot and database integration. For project do over, this part is like if I want to add user interface and create the graphic. The other thing I can add more. And then for documentation, it's where I will show you my project. I'm gonna open it. That's already open. Okay, this is the main project. This is the controller. This is repository data. Okay, let me show. Okay, that's the controller. That repository data, and the that GitHub service, GitHub search returns. Those together, they connect together to create my SQL queries. They make the connection with the database. And now I'm going to run Okay. I want my project. You can see everything run perfectly. When I want that project, I send a request to my Postman. Okay, this is my Postman. Okay, you can see that they get that local repository, import keywords, and then work with the Spring Boot. That this one I create with documentation, the REST API from the third party, yes. And then I send it. You can see everything is working fine, the fox, count, everything. Full name, language, name, open issues, start count, and then end updates. And then you can see 200 is okay. That is successful. And now the connection I do with my data, with my backend, with MySQL over there, you can see everything that's already open because I make my first video is not working. This is my second one I made. And then you can see the database I create to make the connection with my database. That's all the files I use. That's the other one because I create this one so many times until I get my result, and then that the repository, the SQL, that the query. This one is execute SQL query to analyze the repository data. You can see everything, and the program language is distributed. The distribution, everything is over there. 1 to 16. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is my projects. Yeah, this is everything in my project. And thank you, Professor, for showing me how I can use REST API for third party, because every time I made my project, I create my own REST API. This is first time I know I can use the third party API, and I will continue this project because I like DevOps pipeline and Amazon Web API service, AWS. I will add them to my project and put this project in my GitHub. Thank you so much.